everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Angela here again. So glad to be with you. I hope you've enjoyed a wonderful week of crafting. If you haven't already, I have launched my Christmas kit called A Vintage Christmas. So that is available along with wonderful bundles in my website shop. So the details for all of that, the links and how you would do that, it's available in my website. And if you go into the YouTube description box, so underneath the video, you'll see more. Click on that, a whole wealth of information comes down. I think you've got to click another more and all the links will take you straight there if you're interested. All right, I had a few questions on how to get to the link, so I thought I'd just share that. Right, today we're going to be doing our last video in the Fun at the Seaside journal. So I wanted to share with you how to sew in the signatures ever so quickly. That won't take long because there's no spine as such, you know, a hidden spine, but I have got some other little pockets that I wanted to, all tuck spot pocket type things that I wanted to show you that I'd put together. So yeah, all good. So I've got one signature left that I haven't sewn in, and it really wasn't too bad to do. I'll show you what you need to do to do this. Now I've got 4 little clips like this. Any kind of bull clip or any kind of clip that you might have to use, grab some of those. I have just got this foam piece that was from a piece of packaging really, but it's like foam. I use this when I'm making holes. You want some kind of a needle to sew in. I have got twine. This is actually crochet cotton. I'm going to use this, so something to sew in the signature. A pokey tool, so that's ages old, decades, and a piece of card. Now the piece of card needs to be about 2.5 to 3 inches in width. I fold it in half, okay, and it needs to be the height of your paper. All right, so the signature from the edge of the top to the edge of the bottom. All right, so let's just talk about that quickly. Right, so you've got your piece of paper 2.5 inches wide, so you're looking about 6 centimeters thereabout, the length of the paper, as I said, and you're going to fold that in half like that. Doesn't have to be exact measurements there. The only exact measurement you need is that the length of this card is the length of your signature page. All right, so that's that. Then what I did, and I didn't even measure this, guys, I didn't, take a pencil and find the middle of this along the fold line itself, okay? And then what you're going to do is just make a little dot. And then what I do is I take an even amount, so we've got 1 inch from the top, so 2.5 centimeters, and the same on the bottom, 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch, and make another dot. Okay, and then from the middle dot to the top dot, you just want to find the middle of that, and from the middle to the bottom, the middle of that. So you've got 5 little pencil marks, and then you want to take, I like a piece of foam underneath, but whatever you use, I take my pokey tool and press through the little pencil dots. Okay, and that's going to be the bit that's going to be your template for sewing in your signatures. And I use the same one for a very long time, and then eventually when the holes have got too big, I make another one. All right, so that's what you're going to need. You've got your signature, so we've got all of that here. We've got this piece on the outside, which is a pocket, which I will decorate and show you for the flip through. All right, so what you want to do is get all your pages together, level them off so they're pretty much the same, tap them, okay, and then find the middle. So the middle is here. All right, so I'm just going to get them to the edge there and to the edge there. Okay, now I like to push my thumbnails into the base here to sort of get it into the crease like that. And then what you want to do is take this piece. Now you'll see that I've written top at the top there, because of the way you do these little holes. You want to make sure that every time you put this to the same direction. All right, because if you make holes and then in your fabric and then, you know, in your signature, they might not match up. So I try to do it the same way for each. So I then push that in to the spine, tap that. I've got all the bits there, put my thumb in, all right, push that in and just put a clip there. And then I push my thumb in and I tend to put it on the opposite side. Now you can put another 2 there. I'm not going to because this isn't very thick, all right, so that's okay. And then I want to take the pocket bit. Just make sure that the openings are facing the right direction, which in this case for me is right, okay? Don't sew them in upside down, right? So you've got that there. We want to now tuck this in the front where it's meant to be. And all I did was I just gauged, and I'm not measuring, I'm just checking that there's about the same space on either side here. And then I just take a clip it there, turn it over, and it'll naturally go where it needs to go for there. All right, so your signature's now ready. And now what we're going to do is we're going to find the spot here. Now I would choose the middle of the journal. Trust me, it's the most awkward, let's say. Awkward is the right word. Okay, so I'm going to take this like this now, move it to the middle, and I want to just gauge that I've got this with an even amount of space here as here. Now this is slightly longer than this, so all you want to do is you're going for, use my pointy tool, you're going for the middle here, and you want to leave the same space there as you do on the top. Okay, so it's just a case of put the pokey tool down. We want to, it's easier because it's fabric, it's easy to manipulate. So I've got that there. And I'm also checking it's lying straight. And then I'm going to just move this forward. I think it's easier. I think I did it this way. So I've got those bits there. I'm going to, I think it's about here. Just checking the line. And I'm going to clip it in place. And I'll come back to this in a minute. So, yeah, like that. Then I'm going to turn around and do the same thing. So again, I'm looking for the middle of the fabric. I'm putting that on top, making sure I've got that in the right spot. And then I'm going for the middle. Whoops. Right, so we want to just clip that there. So now I'm just checking, have I got enough space at the top and the bottom? I've got a little bit more on the bottom, so I'm just going to move that down a little bit, and there we go. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Right, okay, now what you want to do is you can either take your, let me get the needle out, your pokey tool, tuck that underneath there, but actually because of this is an accordion, there is a gap straight below, but I'm just using this and pushing this as 90 degrees perpendicular to the hole as I can. Now mind your fingers underneath this, because you know it's not so sharp, but if it goes in it's gonna hurt. And then just press these through slowly. Now I haven't got the foam this far down, but I've been doing these, so I know there's a gap below. All right, and then the last one. All right, so there we go. Now take out the foam very gently, pick up your piece there. We'll just have to make sure that we have in fact got it lined up. And with that one, we can just pull that out. Okay. Now, you want to take your thread. So whether it's waxed, binding, sewing, you know, thread or whatever. I just use this and it works for me. I don't like that feel of the wax. No, and this is very strong. Okay, so you want to get this into your needle. So we measured 3 times the length. Now I'm going to just trim this off because I might need to rethread it as I go. So let's just see what I've got here. Is that right? Okay. So what I tend to do is I tend to tuck this into just underneath one of those, just to keep it that it's not going to pull all the way through after you've done all this trying work. Believe me, it can be trying. So now you want to lift up this middle bit here, and you want to thread the needle in the middle hole. All right, and you're going right through now, right through. Now I can't really show you very clearly, but I'll try. Okay, so pull the needle through. We want to come out in that hole. It doesn't necessarily always work. I just mind, yeah, I can just felt that pulled through a bit. I'll make it a bit longer. We want to come out at that hole there, and it's not always so easily done. So you can see I'm lifting it up here, but I can't really see where it needs to go. So I tend to take the pokey tool, shove it right through, and then see where that pokey tool is coming out. I'll show you another way as well. Okay, and that didn't work for me on that occasion. The other way, which I use a lot, is I unthread the needle and put it in upside down. All right, now I can feel that it's gone through. Then I thread the needle again. So we want to just thread it from underneath. Okay, so I've threaded that through the base, and now I can pull it through easy and give it a little pull, but don't pull it off where you've got it hooked there. Then you want to go to the top. It's easier when it's closer to you. All right, and now you want to come back out from underneath, which is always hard. So I tend to just do this, because then I get to where I need to be. Okay. Here we go, give it a little pull. Skip the middle hole, go to that one there, turn it around. Okay. Just be gentle, give a little pull. You want to come out at this hole at the top here. All right. Back through the second hole. And then the most trickiest one is to come back in the middle, which is quite far from where your visual is from underneath, so it can be daunting. So again, I'm going to unthread it, push it straight through from this side. I do the pointy side first just to get the right path. Right, and the worst is over. All right, so now you can take off all these clips. And we want to just check that all of these are nice and firm. So give them a little play, like a good violin. Make 2 holes there, and then I tend to just leave about 3 inches and cut it off. Okay, so it is now sewn in. Okay, there we go, look at that. All right, so that's where you want it, and everything else is where it needs to be. Okay, I've now sewn them all in, and as you can see over here, you want to do that with all of them. Okay, so we've got 3 there, and we've got 3 there. Okay, right, so what I wanted to show you now is, now that they're in, it's nice. They're not going to move around. I wanted to show you what I did over here. All right, really easy. Just took my, and I'm going to show you with another one. This is finished. Just going to take my glue, and it's empty again. Can you believe it? I'll just have to use the refill bottle here. I'm going to just, I've stuck this on and folded, and I'll give you some measurements. I just want to stick that over so that we've got a little tuck spot over there. Okay, so that's what we have. We've got that there and that there. So that's going to be our little tuck spot. Really easy to do, and I love making layers. All right, so I have put together some others here, and this one has this piece of tea stain paper. It's this particular one we've just sewn in now. So this is how it looks. So I put all my tags in as well, which are amazing. All right, so I did that. Oh, ribbon went in. But on the other side of the tea stain paper that looks like this, I have folded just over 1.5 inches. All right, just over, like a hair's breadth over. I just folded it over like that and gone like that. Okay, and then what I've done is I have cut strips again of what remains of the background pages to stick in there. Okay, now we're going to stick it in there, but I want to just show you some of the little how I've gone about decorating this. So I've got some of this rickrack that's variegated, which I love, and I thought that we could put this down. So got my Fabri-Tac in here. I'm just going to get some Fabri-Tac glue on the edge here. So you want to cut 6 different strips, and I'll show you the ones I've done in a minute. I just wanted to show you the one of how I actually go about creating all of this, and then show you how I've done them. Not difficult, really quite basic. Just want to see if I've got that pretty straight, which doesn't seem like I have. Right, so we'll go with it like that, and then that's, I think I just need to trim off a little bit there. Okay, and then the other bits and pieces that I wanted to put on here. So again, just looking for those bits that are over, and in my tray there, I've taken one of these little die cuts. This is from the cheap little die seaweed coral, that's it, coral and die that I shared with you at the very start, and you can find it on my the details in that video. It was on I think it was on eBay. You might find it on Amazon as well. If I have found it, I've put it in the my favorite tools. It was really next to nothing. Such good value. So I've got this little seahorse, which are from my stamps that I shared with you, and I want to just move this up a little bit like that. Yeah, then I've cut out the seahorse, which are those little Stampers Anonymous by Tim Holtz that I shared with you. They're the blueprint ones, I think number 6 it was, and I love them actually. Found them really great to use. And then I'm going to take this little starfish. I think I had the starfish up here with this, but actually I think I'm going to just keep it all down here. So here's a little word from my kit, Seaside. I want to just stick that down. I'm going to tuck it underneath that little bit of the ribbon. Yeah. And then this starfish comes from the Sizzix Seaside set that I showed you. And I'm going to just I just wanted a pop of red. And I think I'm going to, should I put it higher? Yeah, why not? I'll put it up there. Okay. So that's what I encourage you to do with the scraps, is make these strips. Now, while that's drying, we're going to stick it down. I'll show you some others that I've made. So these are the other strips that I've made, just using bits of ribbon scraps, various bits of coral and stamps and ephemera bits from my kit, with the words here and there. So that's what they are. They're all 1.5 inches wide. So that's 4 centimeters, and then slightly less than the length of your page. I've just inked around them, and I really like how they've turned out. That was from one of the pages. I just had a strip that way, and I just cut it off. And I thought, so I'll actually put those there for the moment. And we will go and stick this one down. So this one's going to go in here and create a lovely little tuck spot. So we just want to take the glue. I'm not going to stick them all in. I'll work out where they're going to go quickly with you, and then you can stick them in yourself. Yeah, so there's that one over there. I've shown you the first one already. I love that. And then in this one, I have made one that looks like this. Sorry, that was the other one. The red background with the sandcastle and some bits there. Okay, so those are the three I've shown you on that side. Now there is one extra because one of the signatures had an extra page, but so I just made an extra one. So on this side we've got this, and I thought I would put, what was I going to put in here? I think it was the red one. Okay, so that one is going to go in there. So I'll just leave it there. And then on this one over here, so we're looking at this signature. We have got this, and this was the one for here. Okay, so I'll leave that in there. These little tags have fallen out with me sewing all that in. Right, and then this one over here with a nice Ferris wheel. We have got here, and I'm going with this one. Okay, so that's, I think, pretty much everything. There was one I was going to put in an extra one, and I just can't find it now, but that is where that one's going to go. But we have put them all in as far as I can tell. Alright guys, that's your video for today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Now I'm not going to have a video on Friday, I'm afraid, because my mum's here, and I haven't seen her for 6 years, so it's been really lovely. And as I said, I wanted to get all the Christmas orders out this week anyway. Alright, so the next time I'll have a video is next Tuesday, and I will put together what you need to gather. We'll be working on the Christmas gatherings, making a start on that, and what you need to collect. Alright, so look forward for that. If you haven't yet already and you were wanting to know what my Christmas collection looks like, go and have a look at my last video where I share all the bundles and all the kits with you. And of course you can get even closer view of the pages, etc. and the bundles on my website shop, which is angelakerrdesigns.com. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'm off for some lunch downstairs, and I will speak to you all very soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.